This is my 3 years old Sony A7 III. I own it for quite some time now, and I think I have the right to judge if it's good or not. Usually I do not make any review videos, but as many of you ask which camera I use, especially on Instagram, I think it's worth doing it. So if you're curious if this camera is still worth buying, stay with me. I bought this camera because I wanted the best of both worlds. I want to do photo and video. So I tested many different DSLRs in €1,000 range and not a single one fully satisfied me. So if you want to do professional looking video and photos, you need to buy a more professional video camera. So right now you can buy the Sony A7 III for around €1,700, and I know this is a fat price tag, but if you keep using this camera for a long time and you will be satisfied, I think it's totally worth it and it will pay off. So right now I'm using this camera for 3 years, which if you break down the cost for daily use, it's €1.57 each day using it. There are some pros and cons about this camera I would like to address before you buy this camera. So it has 24 megapixels, 4K, 30 frames per second, but since we have cameras with 61 megapixels, 8K, whatever, they're much better and it sounds better, but trust me, this camera is all you need and it's enough. So the third thing is this camera is pretty robust and reliable. It can take a beating, and I do not baby my camera. I just throw it in my backpack, maybe wrap a t-shirt around it. My tripod tipped with the camera, it's slammed on the ground, and it can take a beating. It's pretty reliable, trust me, it's a well-built camera. So the second thing about this camera which I love is the visuals. The visuals are pretty awesome already without any color grading. I film in the standard profile and I do not need to tweak anything, maybe besides the exposure. We have amazing battery life which holds up for a whole day of shooting. We have customizable buttons, we have touchscreen, and so much more. But there are some two things which I really don't like about this camera, which is my mic jack broke twice and I had to send in the camera to Sony twice and they repaired it and they give me even a new camera after the second repairment. And if you look it up on the Sony community, this is a problem which occurs pretty often, so keep this in mind. The second thing is that we have focus hunting with this camera, so it sometimes cannot decide whether to focus on the background or on my face, and this is pretty annoying, especially if you are taking a video of a big landscape and it just is hunting what to focus on, and all you get is a video which is wobbling all the time. So keep this in mind as well. This is the reason why I, most of the time, shoot all my videos in manual. Other than that, I find no issues with this camera, and in my opinion, it's still the best camera on the market for the $1,700 range, and which will give you the best of both worlds. You get all the visuals in video, you get all the visuals in photo, and whether you're a filmmaker, YouTuber, or photographer, I highly recommend this camera. I mean, Lara, what do you say?
I say it's the best.
It's the best, so I highly recommend that. $1,700 for just the body, or euros, wherever you live, and just try it out.
A wrap!
It's a wrap. See you in the next video, guys. Bye!